Rarely heard. Flip it. Now it's a daily word. What's up, everyone? Harry the Big Dog here. Let me make sure I got the right microphone. 1, 2, check. 1, 2. Who was the first one that came out with check 1, 2? I want to know. What's up, everyone? Harry the Big Dog here. This is episode or day 36 of 50. The 50-day countdown to the 50th anniversary. Shout outs to free agents Hip Hop Network. So today we are talking about the top 5 beefs from back in the day. Now I know there were many more. During my research, I've seen at least 40 of them. So, but we're gonna concentrate on the ones that kind of was the bigger ones. Not that any of them were small, but the the major ones that everybody talked about, or the majority of the people talked about. So coming in at number 5, we are talking about Kumo D versus LL Cool J. Do y'all remember that? Kumo D is the veteran, and LL Cool J was the newbie. Not that he wasn't in the game and didn't know what he was talking about because he was battling people from back in the day, but he was a newbie to the whole recording thing. And I think he had put out an album already, but still, you went down to Kumo D's, 6, 7, 8 year career already, and no telling how long before that he was out in the streets MCing with the Treacherous Three and everything. But they had their little beef and everything. Kumo D, he did How Y'all Like Me Now, and LL Cool J came back with Mama Said Knock You Out. Now, both songs to me have their different styles, but I like both of them in a different way. So, moving on. Number 4, we coming at KRS One versus MC Shan. Now, this was the whole Queensbridge thing versus the Bronx. Now, I am from the Bronx, and I do believe hip hop started in the Bronx. Well, when the word came actually about. Throwing jams was the thing. But, the whole DJ thing was they had DJs back in the 40s. So, radio disc jockeys is the name, the short name, the long name for DJ. So, him, Shan put out The Bridge, and I guess he was bigging up Queensbridge. And somehow it got twisted, and they thought it was a diss and all of that stuff. Then the next year, KRS One came out with South Bronx, the South Bronx. And the little beef grew from there. I don't know if they ever made up, but that's the way the story is. They're coming in at number 3. Little Kim versus Foxy Brown. Y'all remember that one? I don't know if everybody knows, but they were actually friends in high school. And then the beef came out where they thought Foxy Brown stole Little Kim's way of rhyming. Now, both of them back in the day were dope to me. I didn't think anyone sounded like anyone, but people thought that, and they had their beef. Number two, 50 Cent versus Ja Rule. Now that was a really rough one because 50 Cent and they were going back and forth for a long time. And I don't know who actually won. I don't know if they reconciled or anything, or if it's still going on. But every time 50 Cent had a chance, he would uh, talk about Ja Rule. So before we get to number one, I want to give an honorable mention. UTFO, Untouchable Force Organization. That's what UTFO stands for. Versus Roxanne Shante. And she did Roxanne's Revenge. And then the whole Roxanne, everybody came out. Right, you had Roxanne's doctor, you had the parents of Roxanne, you had I'm Little Roxanne. I even got a song with Roxanne's parents. So I think that was one of the most um, come back at you songs in history. Correct me if I'm wrong. But number one, and this is a real sad story because both of them are not here today. They both, I think they passed about 6 months from each other. Tupac in '96 and Biggie, and they were friends at one time. They actually MC'd together in Madison Square Garden. So I don't know what happened to that whole thing, and they did the whole. They had each coast kind of against each other. It could have been a whole LA thing, but I love West Coast music too. Not all of it, but it's the same with East Coast music. I love that, but not all of it. You get your choices. So there it is with the top five rap beefs. Harry the Big Dog, and I'm out.